Hey, it's Vas here from Aussie RC Playground and welcome to the Krazy Kaos Reeper 8S running video. Now I wanted to do an intro here just so that I could explain to you the footage that you're about to see, give you some feedback on the Reaper, whether or not it actually worked for me, did I achieve my goal, and of course share with you some of the plans that I have for it. As you can see, it's got the American Force body on it at the moment, the American Force wheels and tires. We'll talk about those a bit later on in the video. And if you are wondering why I have two Reapers and what makes this one a little bit more special than this one, check the video description down below. I'll have links in there to both vehicles, everything from unboxing to running videos to all this sort of stuff, so that you are up to speed with everything that's been going on, because if I was to explain everything now, we'd be here for quite a long time. So the 8S running video, the first portion of this video is actually going to be the very first time I drove the truck. So I took it out to the paddock, just opened it up. I just wanted to see what its top speed would be, get a bit of a feel for the truck in the open area and just see what it could really do. One of the things that's going to be really hard to show on camera, and you won't see it of course, is just how little I was really pulling that trigger to get the truck to behave the way that it was. There is an enormous amount of power running in here, running on 8S. It's actually overkill, to be honest with you, which is exactly what I wanted. To a certain extent, is exactly what I wanted, which is why it's got the name of the Krazy Kaos Reeper. Now, of course, I didn't run it with the American Force body, nor did I run it with these wheels. I ran it with the stock wheels, or not stock, but these wheels and tires. I have another set of these, and of course I ran it with this body. So the footage that you're about to see, the body was brand new, it was not broken, and if you're wondering why it's broken, check the video description, because this happened on the 6S running video. I am going to try and repair this body. I've got some shoe glue and some tape, and I'm going to give it my best shot. I've never actually fixed a body this bad before, but hopefully I can reinforce it, bring it back to life, and I can use it as a bit of a basher body in future videos that I do with it. So for now, I'm going to leave you with the first bit of footage. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. We'll come back and then we'll talk a little bit more about the second part of the video, and then in the end I'll give you a summary of what I think of the Krazy Kaos Reeper build.
Alright, so I'm just going to sort of wind this up a bit. I know driving out here is probably not going to be super exciting. Oh my god. That's barely breathing on the throttle. Oh my god. If only you could... Oh, if only you could see how little I am actually squeezing that trigger to get that to do that. That is insanely quick. 13 tooth pinion TP motor, 1520 kV, Max6 ESC, two 4S graphene 4000 milliamp 65C batteries. Jesus, this thing is fast. My god. All you gotta do is just bleep the throttle a little bit and the front wheels come up. Whoa, on two wheels. That is incredible amount of power. Oh, there's our first tumble. I knew I was going to end up pushing it a tad too hard, and yeah, this one flipped over. Not a big deal. We should be good to continue on. Maybe got my first little scuff on the body there, but it's all holding up well. 8S Reeper in action. Oh, two wheels. Suspension is a little bit stiff. For this type of running, it's probably ideal for jumping though. So there we go. Oh, so much power. This is exactly what I wanted. I wanted ridiculousness. I wanted ridiculousness from this power system. I wanted this thing to be totally crazy. Hence the name, Krazy Kaos Reeper. And it's certainly living up to its name. It's nice. The grass is nice and short here, which is really allowing this thing to get opened up. Oh my god. That 46 kilogram steering servo is really working its little butt off to make sure those wheels stay where they're supposed to be pointing. Alright, let's take her on the BMX track, shall we? See what sort of fun we can have there.
All right, so as you saw, the truck has got plenty of power. Now, the whole idea was that I was going to run the truck just on 8S in the paddock, and then I was going to switch out to 4S, go to the BMX track, beat the living daylights out of it on 4S, then switch out to 6S, run it on that, and then of course switch out to 8S again and run it on that. But as I turned around and headed back to the track, there were kids there on their bikes, and I didn't want to run the truck, especially something as big and as heavy as this, with people running around on bikes. It has happened before when I'm running my cars there, and you know, I tend to stick to one side of the track and then I switch, so I try not to be in people's way. The thing is, some of these kids, they don't really have common sense. So despite the fact that I'm there with the camera mount and I'm trying to film and I've got an RC and I'm doing jumps and backflips, they will run their bikes right in front of me. And a lot of the times I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna not run today. I'll come back later, I'll come back tomorrow, another day, and not risk hurting somebody, because the last thing I want is to hurt somebody that's just there trying to use the track for what its intended purpose is, which is of course with BMX bikes. So running it around with an RC that weighs, I don't know, 7, 8, 9 kilos or something like that, fully loaded with a couple of 8S batteries on the 4S batteries on the back actually, it was a little bit risky, so I pulled the pin. So that's why you saw the truck running on 8S brand spanking new. Now we're going to fast forward in time, and I'm going to show you the running video that I did with the truck running on 8S. I will say that the first couple of minutes of the video when I'm doing my little triple jump area, I was really struggling for grip that day, even though I really like these tires. The thing is, the truck has a lot of power. The track was really dry and dusty. This was right in the peak of summer, so it was quite a while ago, probably 2 or 3 months ago. Actually, probably longer than that. So it was quite a long time ago when I was running the truck, and I was really struggling for grip. So that first little section might be a little bit mundane when you watch it. It will give you an idea of how the truck sort of handles and the excessive power that it has, but it really starts to shine when I switch over to the other locations on the track, and you'll see just how much it jumps, what sort of speed it has. It's quite amazing. Now, there is something towards the end of the video that happens, and then when that happens, we'll come back here, we'll talk about it, and I'll show you the rest when we get back and we're done with this next bit of footage. Hopefully you guys enjoy it, and yeah, we'll be back soon.
Okay, so here we are on 8S for the first time at the track, and I'm just trying to get a feel for this thing. I'm barely going over 25% throttle here, and as you can tell, I don't have the blue body anymore. I may repair it. I may repair it at a later stage, but for now, we're going to stick with the green body. No, it's ridiculous power. Ridiculous power. Just tapping it a little bit just to bring the front wheels up, and it's just, you can feel how much power this thing has got. So easy to overshoot jumps. I'm going real easy just to keep it drivable, because if you just peg it the whole time, you're going to either spin out, you're going to backflip with it, whoa, or turn yourself upside down. Do you reckon I can? Yes, I can. There you go, self-righting. Ride the wheelie bar, why don't you? Oh, this is ridiculous power. Absolutely bonkers. Alright, let's go big. Now I'm going to have to be careful here, because I'll very easily overshoot this and end up hitting the fence or even going over it. So Just got to be a little bit gentle. You see what I mean? It's just, it launches so easily into the hemisphere. Oh boy. Oof. Which way am I going? I'm going the other way. Yeah, there we go. I told you I was going to hit the fence. And now I'm stuck. Yeah, I gotta go get it. Whoa! Okay, sure. That's what happens when you push the trigger a little bit too much. Oh my god. Hard to believe, but a BMX track may just be too small for this truck. Alrighty, let's go around the bend. Now around here, I have to be careful not to hit myself with the truck. Because I have kind of almost done it in the past. So I gotta be gentle. Oh my god. No, it's not even at half throttle. That's just cruising by. This thing's an animal. I mean, 6S was already pretty good. 8S. Oh! That was my bad. I kind of... Oh, no, hang on. Other way. I better go get it. I pushed a little bit too much on the trigger when I was trying to correct it. And, you know, not being super used to 8S just yet, I gave it a tad too much. And it went south pretty quickly. Oh my god. That's not even half throttle to make that jump. Crazy. All right, let's go big. So what's gonna happen here? Are we gonna go home with the truck in pieces, or are we gonna go home with a really awesome video? This remains to be seen. Big slap. Big smackdown. It's a heavy beast. Lucky those springs are doing their job. All you need is just a little bit too much throttle and bang, it's riding that wheelie bar like crazy. Especially coming up on that concrete, you got to be real careful. Alright, I think we get the gist of it. Let's see if we can go really big here. I'm going to give it a bit of extra throttle coming down the ramp. Oh, hang on. Get out of control. Those batteries are really heavy on the tail end of the truck, I'm noticing. Oof, missed the jump. Alright, come on, here we go. Holy crap! That landed almost on the tabletop of the other jump. Jesus! That was pretty crazy. Oh, I'm not liking that sound. I wonder if the motor's moved. I reckon it has. Might have to have a look.
All right, so up until that point, the truck was actually running not too bad. I was pretty impressed with the power, how it was handling, how it was jumping, although I was struggling for grip here and there due to the dry conditions of the track. I was actually pretty impressed with everything and how it was running, and I was just getting warmed up to start doing some backflips and really pushing the truck to see how far I could jump it and what sort of damage we can do. Now, on that particular jump, what had actually happened was that the motor can had actually pulled away from the cap of the motor. So the motor is hanging on the motor mount like so, and the motor, by the way, is 107 millimeters long. It weighs about 600 grams. Not this one. This is only a little motor by comparison anyway. It's a 1/8 scale, but it's only little. So you've got the motor hanging on there. With all the jumps and everything, there's a lot of leverage here, and of course the top of the motor kind of pulled away from the main can. That's really because there's only 4 screws holding it in place, and the screws the TP motor are using only go about 5 millimeters into the can itself. So that's nowhere near enough to be able to support a motor like that. Now, in TP Power's defense, I know that they advertise that motor, or the motor that's in the truck at the moment, to be a boat motor. So it usually sits in a nice little cradle with a water jacket around it. It really doesn't get a lot of movement. But when you order these motors from them, you do have the option of selecting if you want it for a boat or a car or whatever. I selected a car, obviously, so I would assume that they would prepare the motor adequately so that this sort of thing wouldn't happen. Now, I did contact TP Motor, and they offered for me to send the motor back, and they would re-tap it and put new screws. But I didn't want to do that because I felt that that was going to be a bit of a waste of time and a waste of money sending motors backwards and forwards. I just really wanted to get a motor that was going to work on the truck, and I was not going to have that problem. So essentially, that's where we're at the moment, is where I need to get myself a new motor. I'm not going to run this motor in this truck again, because although it is together, I know that if I continue to jump it and continue to abuse it, it's going to pull away, and I'm going to be back at square one, and I'm going to strip those screws and those holes even further, making the motor pretty much unusable. At the moment, it still runs. I can take the motor out, put it into another project later on down the line, and I can get myself a replacement motor. So the idea here with this entire project, and the reason why a lot of this is possible, is of course thanks to my Patreon supporters who donate very small amounts of money every month to help keep the channel running and to help me put all of those funds into more projects like this and into products that will support these types of projects. So I have to give a big shout out to all of those of you out there who are a part of Patreon, and of course there are perks that you get. You get advanced screenings on all the videos that I put out. People get them, you know, a day or a few days early. I put up special photos and special things that only they can see. So there's things like that I do for them. And of course now I'm getting to the stage where I'm going to be buying some stickers and of course doing some giveaways that are exclusive to those Patreon supporters, because of course I do want to give back to them, not just the content that I put out here. So of course if you want to be a part of that, there'll be a link in the description if you want to join and be part of the elite few that support the channel. So at the moment, the plan for this is of course to replace the motor, which I'm going to be doing. We've got the American Force body that you see here, and of course the American Force wheels and tires, which looks absolutely fantastic. These wheels and tires, the wheels themselves actually have a very big offset on them, which gives the truck around about an extra 50 millimeters extra of width. So that's approximately 2 inches, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 2 inches of width compared to the stock truck, which is why I've got 2 of them here side by side. I absolutely love these tires. These are licensed tires, of course, licensed wheels, and they've got the licensed color scheme on the body, although I don't believe the body itself is licensed. I could be wrong, Sand, apologies if I am. But I really like the look and the scheme that they're going for here, and of course I'm going to be running the truck with this new color scheme and these new wheels and tires. Although I say I'm going to be running it, I don't know if I'm going to be running it with this particular body. As I said, I may be patching the old body up. I'm going to try and fix this one up and maybe use that to bash it around. But I'm definitely going to be running it with these wheels and tires, that's for sure. Now, a really unique thing with these particular wheels is that they have these little caps on them, which actually looks really, really good. So you put your wheel nut as per normal, and then they have these caps, and then they have these tiny little screws, and they're just with a 1.5 millimeter hex, and you put them on. You don't have to over tighten them. In fact, I just used the bit and kind of just tighten them up by hand, because if you go and start cranking them on with the big wrench, spanner or whatever, it's not really ideal. They're only tiny little screws just to hold a little plastic cap in place. So I've left one of them out, which I'm going to be putting on after I'm done with this video and finishing off the truck. So here is where we are with the Krazy Kaos Reeper. All right, so I'm just going to summarize now and kind of give you my final thoughts on the project before we sort of close off this video. I have to say that I'm really happy with everything that I've done, and I know that may sound a little bit biased, but aside from the motor issue that I had, I'm actually very happy with the speed controller, which is of course a Hobbywing Max6. I'm super pleased with the steering servo that I've chosen, and of course the tires, which were ones just like this one on the green Reaper here. I'm really happy with everything that's turned out. The body turned out beautiful. Unfortunately it broke on me, but hopefully we'll get that fixed and you'll see that body out there again being used. But yeah, the truck itself is exactly what I wanted to achieve, which was, you know, an excessive amount of power, just a crazy truck. And that's really what the entire project was called, was a Krazy Kaos Reeper. Kaos, of course, being the brand of products, of upgraded products for the CEN Reeper line. And of course I'll have links in the description for everything that I used on this truck. If you want to get some of the upgrades yourself, if you want to you know, try something else, or maybe put some of these products in some of your other cars, then by all means go for it. There will be links in the description for everything, and hopefully you guys yeah, can go and check those out and get some of them for yourself. Alright, so that is it for the Krazy Kaos Reeper 8S running video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I know this video is a bit long and a little bit awkward, a little bit different to all the other ones that I've done in the past, but hopefully you guys got something out of it, and now you know the full story of what's happened with the Reaper, where we're at and where we're going with it. That is it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and as always, I'll be speaking to you all next time.
Alright, let's do one last one. We've got some headwind. This is not going to be good. That's it. End of story. There it is. The Krazy Kaos Reeper has come to an end. Alright, so after having a better look at this, it looks as though one of my dog bones has popped out, as you might be able to see there. Hopefully, if the camera focuses in, that'll be great. But that's really all that's happened. The motor's actually still okay. So I may put this guy back in and we'll do a couple more jumps.